Janvi, now coming to weight loss, which is and has always been the buzzword. So, what do you think do people get wrong about it? Because we still see so many people suffering from, this entire weight loss process. So, tell us, what do they get wrong?
I feel what they really get wrong is, number one, that they start, comparing themselves with somebody else's weight gain or weight loss, or what they did to lose that weight, and then they want to follow that. The second thing is this whole culture of food fad. Every day there is a diet, a new diet in the market. People read about it and then they want to follow it. Because somebody else has followed it and has seen a difference, whether it's the keto, whether it's the intermittent fasting, or any of the new diet fads that have come out, in the last so many years. I mean, every season has been a different season.
Absolutely.
So I feel what people need to understand and stop getting wrong is, you cannot have a diet which is a common diet for everybody. A diet has to be something that suits you and your body and your lifestyle, because only then can you follow it for the rest of your life. If you try to take up something just for a few months and you follow it for a few months thinking that I'll lose that weight and then I'll get back to eating normally after that, it never happens. Unless you make those intricate changes or work at the grassroots level, which is you work on your habits. You work on your daily eating pattern, you work at eating more sensibly, making more informed choices about the eating, and not just following somebody because somebody is given you a diet and you're mindlessly following it. Even when we consult clients, a lot of our time goes in the first meeting or the call is usually where we have to get them off these diet myths that, if I eat rice, I will gain weight, or if I eat this, I will gain weight, or if I do this, I'll gain weight, but because there's always a fear, in everybody's mind that you will, ye khane se ye ho jayega. That there's we feel that every action has a reaction. So whatever we eat is going to get us to gain weight, but that's not how it happens. I mean, if that was the case, not everybody would struggle with weight gain as well. So I think it's more of a development on the person's attitude towards their body, understanding their body, and not every body can be the same. For some people it takes longer to gain weight, for some people it takes longer to lose weight, but we have to make peace with the diet that works the best for us, and you have to take professional help for that. You cannot follow somebody else's diet, and you should also kind of approach somebody who can understand your body first and design a diet for you based on your work, your lifestyle, your sleep pattern, your health concerns, and then the diet is planned for you, keeping all these parameters in mind. So I think people are just, they shouldn't blindly follow diet fads, and they should have a logical understanding to the diet, that if I'm doing this, will it really lead to it, or it's just because everybody else is doing it, I will do it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what is lacking, probably. That understanding your body better to get on.
So Janvi, this brings me to my last question. I've always wondered, this simple approach to eating that our parents, our grandparents followed, somewhere we are just losing it along the way. So, how would you like to conclude it? What do you want to say about it?
I feel we should just go back to them and ask them what they really did, number one, because, I feel they did lead a very fulfilling life in every way, especially with their diet. I don't think there was so much of noise around what they have to eat and what they should eat. Just eat, because it was a part of their routine. I think they were lesser fussy about food. They used to eat simple home food. The whole restaurant culture that has, kind of gone up in the last so many years. And I know when, as kids, so I'm talking about, say, maybe 25, 30 years back, because I'm 34 now. So even in the last 34 years, I feel the diet world, the food industry has changed and boomed drastically. I know my mom would always tell me that restaurant food is not good. You shouldn't eat out at a restaurant. We were only allowed to eat idli dosa because I live in Matunga and we have this, we have a lot of South Indian restaurants around. And even that, she was never happy with us eating even like something like idli dosa, which people now even eat on a weekday. You'll order like from a restaurant on a weekday too. For us, eating out was always like the weekend, a Sunday, maybe once a week, and that's all. Through the week, I have eaten simple food all my life. Maybe some years back before I got married, I must say, because the more we started traveling, the more you're traveling, you're going out, you're meeting people, you're going to restaurants. Everything revolves around food for us. Food is like the most intricate part of everybody's life. We meet on a breakfast table and we discuss what should we eat for lunch or dinner, etc. So I feel the lesser we complicate our thoughts on food, the more we work towards keeping our lifestyle simple. Eat at regular intervals, eat close to sunset. I think that's one thing that has really stayed with me from my grandparents, is they never ate anything after 7:30. And at least the times that I'm in at home or in Mumbai, I make sure that I'm eating my dinner at least around between 6:30 and 7. And I think that really suits my body. So I feel we can get the best diet advice and diet tips from maybe our parents and our grandparents, of course, because they have every information that maybe after some years we will read in the papers. Even this whole trend of having the haldi milk or the turmeric latte or even ghee, now a big thing in the West. We call it clarified butter, or so many diet trends. Coconut oil, people have started. I know clients who tell me, please give me coconut oil in my diet. I want to wake up and have the first thing I want to have is a spoon of coconut oil. Or all the different types of millets that they use on a daily basis. Like in our culture, when we fast, we have a different type of set of grains which are called pseudo cereals or pseudo grains, like put, which is buckwheat. Then there is barnyard millet, which is samo, and all these foods are booming right now because people are going gluten free. So when you're not having, then you have to rely on these pseudo sources. But as a part of our culture, we always did that. When I know that in my house, every 15 days we would have Ekadashi. So that was like fortnightly. So these foods would be cooked in our house every 15 days. We would be going off gluten, or I'm sure my mother, my grandmother would never want to call it gluten, but we went off wheat on that day, and we would have all of these different millets. That's how we could incorporate all these different types of cereals and grains as a part of our diet, and that's how our eating culture has been. And I think what we should learn is all the recipes. All those recipes which will again after some years, maybe we'll eat that at a restaurant and we'll realize, oh, ye mere ghar pe banta tha some years back. A lot of stuff is what is homegrown and we know everything.
Right.
We just have to dig deep and find the answers to all our diet queries. You will get everything in your house and in your kitchen.
Right.
You just have to understand and understand your body better, understand where you're coming from, understand your genes, and eat as per that. I think it's the most simple thing to do if we follow the way they were eating food with lesser complication or lesser things like even planning what to eat next or what we should eat. I know my grandma always had like a menu made for the whole week, and that's how we used to follow. No changes at all. Like dinners, yehi hoga. Everybody has to eat the same thing. And now we give kids so many options. Like, what do you want to eat for dinner? We were asked that. We were just given that, and I think I really value that now if I think about it, because that has made me completely fuss-free about food. If anybody gives me anything, I will eat that without thinking twice or without fussing over. I don't eat this and I don't eat that. So I think all answers are at home. Let's use these resources better, and I feel like we should all take down all the traditional recipes, all the things that they made at home. There were so many things that they made at home. Even pickles, something like a pickle or learning the art of making a pickle is also very important. Because we will lose all of that, if we don't preserve these traditional recipes. So I think that sums it up.
Great. Thank you so much, Janvi, for taking out time and for sharing such useful information.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. It was a pleasure talking to you. I really enjoyed this session, honestly.
Thank you, Janvi. Thank you.